Genesis chapter 16. What does it mean for someone to be forgotten? It's easy to feel like we don't belong, that our pain isn't seen, our struggles aren't understood. Maybe you feel like you're waiting on something that never comes. But listen, because there is a God who sees. This is the story of Hagar, scene 1, Sarai's doubt and decision. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, but she had an Egyptian servant named Hagar. Now Sarai and Abram had been married for about 10 years at this point, and they were childless. But Sarai wanted a baby very badly. She thought that if she couldn't have a baby for her husband, maybe her servant could. "Oh, Lord," she said to Abram one day, "you have not allowed me to have children. Go sleep with my servant. Perhaps I can build a family through her, at least have grandchildren who will be related to me." And so Abram did exactly what Sarai told him. He slept with Hagar, and sure enough, she became pregnant. Scene 2. Hagar conceives, tension grows. When Hagar realized that she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. That's the word the Bible actually uses here. It says that Hagar looked down on Sarai. So after 3 months, Sarai went over to Hagar and asked her, "Why have I caught your eye? Why do you despise me?" Hagar replied, "Am I a slave to be treated like this? It was you who sold me to bed with your husband, and now that I am pregnant, I am despised. You are in the hands of my husband. Do with you as you think best," Sarai said. So Sarai mistreated Hagar, and she fled into the wilderness. Scene 3. Hagar in the wilderness. Now Hagar ran out into the wilderness until she reached a spring of water. She sat down beside the spring and prayed to God, and the angel of the Lord spoke to Hagar at this moment. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring of water. It was the spring beside the road to Shur, and the angel asked Hagar, "Where have you come from, and where are you going?" Then Hagar said, "I'm running away from my mistress Sarai." And the angel of the Lord told her, "Return to your mistress and submit to her." The angel of the Lord said to her, "I will increase your descendants so much that they will be too numerous to count, too many to be counted." Scene 4. The prophecy of Ishmael. Then the angel spoke to her again, "You are now pregnant and will give birth to a son. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery, and he will be a wild donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him. And he will live in hostility toward all his brothers." At that, Hagar gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her. "You are the God who sees me," for she said, "I have now seen the one who sees me." You've probably noticed that the angel of the Lord keeps showing up here in this story, speaking to Hagar and giving messages to her. And this is important because angels are heavenly messengers, and this tells us that God himself is interested in this situation. This isn't just some random event. The Lord cares about how his people are doing. He sent an angel to speak to Hagar, and he told her wonderful things about her future. Ishmael would be a wild man, yes, but his descendants would be so numerous they couldn't even be counted. This promise from God must have filled Hagar with hope and joy, because soon afterwards she returned to Sarai. Scene 5, return and Ishmael's birth. And that is why the well was called Bir Lahai-Rawah. It is still there between Kadesh and Bared. So Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram gave the name Ishmael to the son she had born. The Bible tells us that Abram was 86 years old when Hagar gave birth to Ishmael. Now, look at the picture. Here they are. They're sitting together, and you can see Hagar smiling. And she's holding baby Ishmael, Abram's son, and they're both looking up to the sky. They've made peace. God has spoken. God has a plan, and everything is going to be all right. Scene 6, final reflections. Hey, friends. If you watched till the end, thanks. We'd love to hear what you think about this episode in the comments below. Is there a character that stood out to you? Maybe you felt like you were right there with them, experiencing their emotions. Which parts of the story resonated with you the most? And what did you learn from this episode? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, please subscribe so you never miss an episode of our animated Bible stories. We release new episodes every day. Thanks for watching.